Hello, this is Dr. Victor Marcus. I'm here again with another important thing. And today I am going to be talking to graduate again. Wherever you are, if you're a student or you have just graduated, I would love you to pay attention to what I'm going to say. As educators, our responsibilities is as well to show you what is ahead, to tell you a lot of things that you need to know and that will help you in your future. That's why I am coming today again with this wonderful subject. So today I am going to be talking about 9 to 5 jobs, or what we normally call salary jobs, where you go in the morning by 9 and then you return 5 every day, and at the end of the month you are being paid salary. And I want to congratulate you if you have just graduated. I congratulate you for the effort you have put. And if you have learned, if you have landed your first job, I think I also want to congratulate you. But there's an information I want to give you so that you will not repeat the mistakes of the past. So that's why I am bringing this topic. So the thing I want you to understand is that salary alone will not give you a sustainable financial future. Now, I want you to pay attention. The reason is because I'm a salary earner. I work in the university. I'm a lecturer, and that's the reason why you need to pay attention, because I am currently an employee. Is a job good? Yes, of course, it's good. But the truth about it is that it won't be able to give you a sustainable financial future. And the earlier you understand this, the better. If you're a young person now, it's going to help you if you understand this truth. And why then am I talking about it since I am an employee? Yes, because I'm also involved in a number of things that increase my income or give me more than what the job I am doing or the lecturing I'm doing would give me. And I don't want you to reach my level having gray hairs, then that's when you are discovering that a job alone will not be able to sustain you. And that's why I am actually trying to make this point or bring out this truth for you to see. And the first thing, as I said, I want you to note is that this 9 to 5 job will not be able to provide all that you need. Alone will not give you a sustainable future. And that's an important thing, and I think that you should not forget. Now, why am I saying that it is not going to give you a sustainable future? Is because most of the salaries that you will receive, or most of the jobs that provide, or these 9 to 5 jobs, the salaries will rise very slowly, while inflation will grow much faster. So you will discover that as you continue in life. I know sometimes when you are a young person and you have gotten your first salary, you'll be excited, of course. And then you see now that you don't have dependents, you don't have anyone that is demanding anything from you, that money can be good and of course sufficient for you for the moment. But as you continue, you will discover that the items such as food, uh, let's say housing, and let's also add something, education. Because of course, if you're thinking to uh, have a family, you will need to take your children to school, you will need food, you will need housing, of course, you need to pay for your rent. You also as well need many other things like bills, different types. I mean, all the bills, the water bills, light bills, and the rest. All these things you will discover that with time, they are they will be increasing. The price of goods in the market will increase. The price of food will increase at a much faster, actually, rate compared to your salary. Now, this is one of the reasons why you cannot build a sustainable financial future actually with these uh, 9 to 5 jobs. And let me give a very good example so that I can paint the picture very well. Now, I picked this data particularly from the Central Bank of Nigeria and National Bureau for Statistics. And I want to paint this so that you get what I'm trying to say. Now, when I was leaving my country, Nigeria, um, to move outside the country to for my master's, at that time that was 2016 and February. So I used this data so that you get what I'm trying to say. So I now looked at what is the inflation in 2016 February when I moved out of Nigeria, when I left the country. It was 11.4%. And then by now we're in 2025. I just say, okay, let me use February 2016 to February 2025. And I say, now we're in February 2025. I mean, sorry, not now. I just say, let me take February. So in February 2025, the inflation rate is 23.18%. Now, if you look at the inflation, it nearly doubled in these years from 2016 to 2025. From 2016 to 2020, this is 4 years. And then you have to barely now 9 years, the inflation had doubled. But now, before we look at the dollar to naira exchange rate, let me move closely to the wage, the salary. Now, first and foremost, when I left 2016 February, the national minimum wage are 18,000 naira, 18,000 naira. And then the now as of February, they have increased the national minimum wage to 70,000. Now, barely that's around 3.9 increase. 3.9 increase in 9 years, you just have 3.9 increase. 3.9 increase. So what am I trying to picture you? What that this is saying when you look at the data, but again, let me come back to this. Now, when I left 2016 February, a dollar to naira is 200 naira to $1. Now, as of February 2025, a naira to dollar is 1,500, about 1,500. Now, look at it. This is the loss in value of about 87 percent lost of the value of naira to dollar. What is this data saying to us? Or what is this data saying? And of course, this is not just only about Nigeria, because of course, currently now I'm not in Nigeria. It's the same thing here. So that's to tell you what I'm discussing is not the problem of Nigeria, because inflation is a result of the current system, the financial system we have. So we will always have inflation. It might differ from country to country depending on currency devaluation, fluctuations, and so many other factors. And of course, how strong the leaders of that country are managing the resources of that country. But inflation will always, it is something that has come to stay with the current financial system. And probably I'm going to discuss some of the things. And I think that one of the things young and fresh graduate needs to understand, this is not about you must have a degree in accounting or economics before you understand, because finances is one of the greatest determinant of how your life will work well on earth. So you have to pay attention to it. It's not about whether you are you have a financial degree or not. No, this is something you can be able to learn and become better at it, so that you can understand. You need to understand what you use always. You use the bank, you use money always. So you have to understand how the system works to be able to do well here on earth, because that's what we're using. You don't have a choice. I want to encourage you, whether you just graduated as a medical doctor, whether you just graduated as an engineer, or whatever you have studied, you need to pay attention to the issue of your finances, because it's going to determine how well you will live. I mean, comfortably, successfully. I mean, it will help you do a lot. Remember, I've just mentioned all the things you're going to be in. I mean, you're going to be involved in. It will require money. You want to pay bills, you need money. You want to buy food, you need money. You want, you, you want to buy a house, or you want to buy a car. You want to uh, pay children's school fees. You will need money. So there's no how. You just have to pay attention to it. So it's not about landing or getting your first job. That's not the key thing here. The key thing is here, how do you know what to do uh, with the privileges you are having? So again, let me repeat it. I am not saying getting a job is wrong or not good. I'm going to tell you how you should see a job, or what you should do with jobs to be able to help you out. As I told you, I'm still I'm still an employee. So I am not against job. Again, I am not against job. So the only thing and the truth I want to show you in this video is that job will not, let me use the word, I don't want to generalize, because some jobs actually can help you. That's why I use the word most jobs. Because if, for example, you are the head of Google or the CEO of Google, definitely what that man is earning is an employee, because that's not his company. He's there, he was employed to manage Google. So definitely his salary will not be the same. So I'm not talking about that kind of employment. I'm talking about the regular employment you and I are involved, or majority of the people are involved. So that's what I'm trying to say. So with this, that means 18,000, what 18,000 will buy you in 2016, 70,000 will not buy you today. And mind you, this 70,000, not everybody, many people in Nigeria have not implemented it. Many state government, they say they don't have money. So although it's on paper that generally the country have increased minimum wage, but it's not everybody that is seeing this. So that's the truth. And at some time, A bag of rice in Nigeria is more than 70,000. So you can imagine just 70,000 if you are earning minimum wage as a graduate. What is it? Because it can't buy you a bag of rice. So this is why I am pointing at this for you to pay attention. And this is the story also with many countries, many African countries, many developed countries, because it's not just only African countries. That's why you will see many people losing their jobs in the US. You see people sleeping inside their vehicles. You see many people who were having quote and unquote a secure job before. They have cars, but now they can't afford to pay their rent, so they have to be sleeping inside their cars. Their cars become their home. Everything is there. When they finish, they would sleep there. After work, they will sleep there and go and park somewhere else. They will look for somewhere to bath and clean themselves and continue the day's job. I mean, you can't continue to do that. So this is one thing I'm trying to note, that you cannot depend on salary to give you a sustainable financial future. And the reason I have all noted here is that the currency devaluation and then inflation. So these are the two reasons why, because while your salary will rise slowly, the inflation is growing much faster, and coupled to that problem is your currency devaluation. So what will you do to be able to have a better financial future is to increase your income geometrically. So that means you have to find a way whereby your income will then be increasing or growing much faster, either at the same rate with the inflation, or much more, or multiple times than the inflation. And that's what I'm going to discuss in subsequent videos. So I want you to uh, come with me as we go in this journey. Once again, I'm Dr. Victor Marcus, and this is Key Point, where we inspire growth and inspire excellence and also inspire purpose, one point at a time. I truly will want to see you doing better and well, and that's why you need to understand issues like this. See you next time.